right, so we're going to be doing both math and history. So if you need to do a review for history, we're going to start with history. If you need to do a review for math, then what you'll just do in this YouTube video is you'll just scroll to math to look at our math. So we're doing both math and history right now. And then if you guys have any questions, I'll post the YouTube video for both math and history here and here. Okay, Christian, do you have a question?
I did my 11-5 math.
Okay, perfect. I'll take your name off. All right, let's go ahead. I don't know why that keeps doing that to me. We're going to get started with history first. So what we're going to do is we're going to reread the lesson 3 from yesterday, and then we're going to work on your lesson 3 quiz. Okay, after we do that, then we're going to transition into math. So let's go to topic 4, people who supply our goods and services. We watched that video about the grapes. We learned about producers, processors, distributors, and consumers. We were on page 120 to 123. I'm going to reread the story, and then we're going to answer the questions. All right, so we have goods are the things we need or want that producers make or grow. Consumers are a person who buys and uses goods and services. Services are work done to help others. Process is to prepare or handle in a very special way. Distributors are a person or company who sells the goods to the markets. A market is a place where goods are sold. And then our academic vocabulary was sequence the order in which events happen. I will know how producers and consumers work together.
Who are consumers? Goods are things we need or want that producers make or grow. Producers sell goods in exchange for money. Consumers are people who buy and use goods and services. When you buy something, you are a consumer too. Services are the work done to help others. Doctors and store clerks provide services. So do community and government workers like police and firefighters. Producers can also be consumers. A cook buys many kinds of food to prepare in a restaurant. People who come to the restaurant buy and eat the food made by the cook. From farm to market. Farmers grow and supply the food we eat. To get their goods to consumers, farmers need help from many people. These people do special jobs. One job is to process food. These workers prepare the food to be sold. Another job is done by distributors, workers who sell and deliver food to the markets. These markets may be grocery stores or even bakeries. Finally, workers at the markets sell the food to consumers. Long ago, most food was processed and distributed near farms. Consumers bought food locally. Then, as roads crossed the nation and people began to freeze foods, these jobs could be done farther away. Strawberries on the move. How does a farmer's crop get from the farm to a market? You can see the order or sequence of steps in a flowchart. How we get strawberries. 1. Producers grow and harvest the strawberries. 2. Strawberries are packed and taken to coolers. 3. Crates are loaded on refrigerated trucks and delivered to markets. 4. Consumers buy strawberries.
All right, guys. And then the last thing we had was your your lesson check that we worked on yesterday. How do producers and consumers work together? Producers make or grow what the consumers buy, right? One job workers do to help farmers sell their goods. You could have talked about the processors and how they process the food and they pack them or help create them in a special way, like the processors for the raisins. They help take off all the stems and they put them into the little packages and they seal them. And the distributors are the people who take them from the processing or the packaging plant and take them to the markets. And then yesterday we did draw that picture. If you want to see the picture that we drew in class, you can watch yesterday's video. What I'm going to be doing now is we're going to be going over our lesson quiz. I'm going to review it and then you guys can take it. Actually, we can take it together. We can take it together today. So why don't you guys go ahead and log into McGraw-Hill. And this is going to be chapter 4, lesson 3. All right, let's go ahead and take this together. Okay, answer each
question carefully. After you submit your test, you won't be able to change your answers.
All right, let's see how we do. We're going to work on it together, okay, guys? So I'm not just going to give you the answers. I want you guys to give me the answers, okay? Read each question. Choose the best answer. You can either unmute or type it in the chat. A consumer is a person who buys goods, who makes goods, something that a person buys, or something that a person makes. I'll give you a hint. A consumer is a person, so it is not something. It is not C or D. So is the consumer the person who buys the goods, or is the consumer the person who makes the goods?
Makes the who buys the goods.
Ooh, I heard both answers.
Make person who buys.
Ooh, okay, let's see it in the chat. If you think it's buys, put A. If you think it's makes, put B. Awesome. I see more A's. I'm not going to tell you the answer. A consumer is a person who buys goods. That's what we're saying. All right. Question number 2. A chef buys fresh food and makes a meal for a family. Which best describes the chef? Is the chef the producer? Is he the consumer? Is the chef a consumer and a producer? Is he neither a consumer nor a producer? So think about it. So there's 2 things that he's doing. He's buying the fresh food. So he's buying something and he's making something. So not only did he buy something, he also made something. Not only did he make something, he also bought something. So which best describes the chef? You don't have to write it so many times, just write it one time.
The chef is neither a consumer or.
So, okay, so someone says that they think that the chef is neither a consumer nor a producer. Okay, anybody else have any?
A consumer
It's C.
Okay, so some people are saying the chef is a consumer. They're consuming an item, they're buying an item, and they're a producer. They're creating or growing or building or making an item. So go ahead and you put what you think the chef is. I see a lot more C's in the chat. The chef is a consumer and a producer, so that's what I'm going to go with. And we'll go over all the answers after the test. Drivers transport farmers' goods to markets for what? So we have a driver. They go to the farm, they pick up all the oranges and the apples, and then they drive them to the market. And why do they drive it to the market? For consumers to buy? Do they do it before all the goods are made? So are they doing it before the apples and the oranges are grown? Are they driving them to the market so that they don't need to be processed? Or are they transporting the goods to the market slowly so that goods have time to ripen? Do you think they want to do it slowly or quickly so that it's fresh? So drivers transport farmers' goods to markets for consumers to buy. Drivers transport farmers' goods to markets before the goods are made. Drivers transport farmers' goods to markets so they don't need to be processed. Drivers transport farmers' goods to markets slowly so that goods have time to ripen. Okay, I see a lot of A's and a lot of C's. So what you guys are telling me is it's not going to be B or D. So let me cross those out. It's not going to be B. It's not going to be D. You're saying it's either A or it's going to be C. So let's read them again. Drivers transport farmers' goods to markets for consumers to buy. Drivers transport farmers' goods to markets so they don't need to be processed. I see a lot more A's in the chat. for consumers to buy. So that's the one I'm going to go with. Let's see how you guys do. And let's see, we have 2 more questions. What is the first step in getting strawberries to consumers? If you guys have your books, you guys can look at your books again. What is the first step in getting strawberries to the consumers? Workers, so the first step, think about the first step. Workers put the strawberries on shelves to sell. The farmer drives the strawberries to the market. The strawberries stay on the plant until they fall off. A worker picks the strawberries and puts them in crates. What was the first step? Oh, I see a lot of B's and C's. Sorry, did someone say something? Okay, so I see a lot of D's and C's. What is the first step? Are they going to wait for the strawberries to fall off the plant? Or are the workers going to pick the strawberries and put them in crates? Think about a strawberry. People like to eat strawberries when they're fresh, right? Not when they're rotten. Like grapes, sometimes they don't fall off, but when the grapes are ready or ripe, they'll cut the stem so that they stop growing, so that they have time to not get all the nutrients. So then the grapes start to shrivel up. But we're not talking about grapes. We're not talking about raisins. We're talking about strawberries. So I see a lot more D's. A worker picks the strawberries and puts them in crates. And then the last question, a farmer buys a tractor from a company that makes machines. The farmer uses the tractor to help grow apples on his farm. Which is the consumer? Okay, so who is the one who is buying something? The tractor? Is the tractor buying something? The farmer? Is the farmer buying something? The apples? Are the apples buying something? Or the company? Is the company buying something? And the company is the tractor company. Who is the consumer? I see a lot of B's, the farmer. All right, let's see how you guys did. 100%. Good job. So some of you guys got some of these wrong. So let's look at the questions. A consumer is a person who buys the good. Think of consume, like if you guys have ever heard, like, yeah, I consumed that whole burger because I was so hungry. Consume, like sometimes it can mean to like eat something. So think of a person who is consuming something is the person who's using it, who's eating it, who is buying it. So consumer is a person who buys the goods. A chef buys fresh food. So he is a consumer. He is buying the fresh fruit. He is getting the fresh fruit from the farms. And he's also making the fresh fruit into a meal for a family. So he's also producing the meal. So that's why he is a consumer and a producer. Drivers transport farmers' goods to markets for consumers to buy. So what do the distributors do? They're sending them to the market so that people like us can buy those foods and those materials and those things. What is the first step in getting strawberries to the consumers? You pick them. If you wait until the strawberries fall off, it usually means the strawberries are way too ripe. So D is the best answer. Workers actually pick the strawberries and put them in crates. If you guys ever go to a strawberry field, like Tanaka Farms, we have one out here in Orange County. You guys actually can pick the strawberries and take them home with you. So that's what we do. We pick the nice strawberries and they send them and put them in little crates for distributors to send to the store so we can buy them. And then the last question, a farmer buys a tractor. If he's buying the tractor, then he is the consumer. He bought the tractor, so it's the farmer. All right, guys, that is it for social studies. If you guys did not have time to go through it, then you guys can always do it later. I will put this in your in YouTube. If you have questions about how to get it or how to find it, I will help you guys after we go over math, okay? The next thing we're going to be doing is we are going to be going over math now. For math, you guys are going to have, I believe, 11-9 today. Yep. So let's go to 11-9. Okay, we're not leaving. I don't know why I hear so many people leaving. Topic 11. Ooh, there's only 2 more lessons after today. And then we're going to be taking our topic 11 tests. This was a very long topic because we're doing a lot of 3-digit addition and subtraction. And we're going through a lot of different strategies and ways that you guys can solve those.
Look at the subtraction problem and the place value models. Which two numbers are you subtracting? You are subtracting 133 from 328. Use models to find 328 minus 133. First, subtract the ones. Do you need to regroup the ones?
Oh, you know what? I just realized.
No, you don't need to regroup the ones. How do you know you don't need to regroup the ones? There are enough ones to subtract 3 from 8. When you subtract 3 from 8, you get 5. How does the model show the ones have been subtracted? The model shows only 5 of the 8 unit cubes left. What will you need to do next to subtract 133 from 328? You will need to regroup 100 as 10 tens and then add these 10 tens to the 2 tens. How do the models show regrouping 100 as 10 tens? 100 flat moved from the hundreds column to the tens column. It is now 10 tens rods. Now subtract the tens and the hundreds to find the answer. How do the place value blocks show the difference? There is 1 hundreds flat, 9 tens rods, and 5 unit cubes left. So, 328 minus 133 equals 195. You can see how to use place value blocks for subtracting 3-digit numbers.
All right, now today for breakout rooms, we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to put you guys into smaller breakout rooms with only like 3 of you in it, and you guys are only going to answer one question. So in your breakout rooms, you're going to answer one question. After you answer that one question together, you guys are going to come back. Okay? So because I've been hearing that in your breakout rooms, you guys are just like messing around. People are off topic. So I want to make sure you guys are on topic. So I'm going to go over how you guys are going to work in your breakout rooms, and then you guys are going to do that. Okay. So 327 minus 164 in your breakout rooms, you guys are going to create your model. So you're going to create the number, the whole number, 327. Okay. Now you're first going to subtract the ones. So here we're going to subtract 4 ones because we're subtracting from 164. So we take away 4 ones and we're left with 3 ones. We don't need to regroup. Step 2, we're going to subtract the tens. We have 6 tens here. Uh-oh, there's only 2 tens. So what do we need to do? We need to regroup. So we're going to use one of these hundreds that we had here. We're going to break it apart and then make them 10 tens. Then now we have enough to take away 6 tens, and then we're left with 6 tens because that was 10 plus 2 equals 12. 12 minus 6 equals 6. Then you're going to subtract the hundreds. And then, so we already used this one up. We're going to take away 100. So we're only left with one more 100, which is how we got to the answer 163. Okay. I'm going to show you guys that with numbers 1 and 2. And then you guys are going to do it on your own. So let's say I'm in a breakout room with Sally and Billy. Okay. All right, Sally, we're going to start 549. Okay. Let's draw that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now we need to subtract the ones first. Step 1 is subtract the ones. Sally, what should I do first? Okay. Well, in the ones in 295 is 5. So we need to subtract 5. Okay, Sally, you're right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how many ones do we have left, Sally? 4. Okay, good job, Sally. So we're going to all put 4. Ready? You guys don't need to add edit on your screen. You guys just need to edit it in your book. If you don't have your book, you guys can do it on a separate piece of paper. Okay, so we have 4.
There's a problem. I don't have my book or any paper.
Okay, then you need to get paper, Jason. That's not an excuse. You need a pencil, a paper. You can use scratch paper. You can use a whiteboard. You got to get paper. Okay. Step 2. Okay. I think I heard from Sally. So let's go to Billy. Okay. Billy, we have 4 tens. We need to subtract 9. Do we have enough? No. So what do we need to do? We need to regroup 100. So then we got rid of this 100. This 100's no longer here. And then we put 10 tens. Now we're going to take away 9 of them because we need to subtract 9. That's step 2. And how many do we have left, Billy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have five tens left. Okay. Step 3 is to subtract the hundreds. I haven't gone yet, so I'll do that one. Okay, so we have to subtract 200. So I'm going to take away these 2. And then this one's already gone because we regrouped it. So I only have 200s left. So what is my answer? 254. Okay, that's what you guys are going to do. Okay, you just need one person who can eat, and you don't even need to share the screen because I think I can share my screen with you guys. So all you guys need to do is talk it through. Okay, so then someone's gonna start. So okay, I'll start. I'm gonna start with the ones. So let's draw it. 835. Okay, I'm gonna start, guys, and then you guys are gonna do steps 2 and 3. Okay, so step 1 is to subtract the ones. Okay, I need to subtract 6. Oh, wait, no, there's only 5 ones. So what do I need to do? Can you guys help me? And then Sally says, oh, you have to regroup. Okay, oh yeah, you're right, Sally, thanks. So I'm gonna take away this 10 and I'm gonna add it here to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now I have enough. So I'm gonna take away these 5 and then this one. So I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then these ones, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I have 9 ones left. So I'm gonna write the 9 here. All right, I did step 1. Who's gonna do step 2? And then Billy says, okay, I'll do step 2. I'll do step 2. Okay, step 2 is to subtract the 10s. Okay, I need to subtract 110 because 516 has 110. So this one's already gone. So I'm gonna get this one. So how many 10s do I have left? 110. Okay. Okay, I did step 2. Okay, step 3, it's your turn, Sally. Okay, Sally goes, okay, I need to take away 500s. There was no regrouping, so I'm just gonna take away these 2 and these 3. That's 5. And then now we have 300s left. So what is our final answer, guys? 319. Okay, perfect. Okay, we're done. Everyone understands what we just did? Okay, let's go back. Okay, let's go back to the main room where Miss Park is. That's what you guys are gonna do. You're doing one question. You are doing one question and coming straight back, okay? You guys need to work together to do your one question in your practice. And then when we come back, we're gonna check your answers. Okay, be kind in the chat, please. Okay, models for subtracting with 3-digit numbers. Use models in your workbook, subtract, regroup if you need, okay? So I'm gonna put you guys into breakout rooms and you guys are gonna answer these questions. Okay, all right. In breakout room 1, we're gonna have Danica, Dimitri, Maylee. In breakout, and you guys are gonna, room 1, you're gonna answer question 1. In room 2, we have Ava, we have Kayla, we have Nicholas. Okay, room 2, you guys are gonna answer question 2. In room 3, we have Angelica, we have Christian, we have Jewels, and we have Russell. And you guys are gonna answer question number 3. And then in room 4, we have Jason, we have Eknor, we have Eva, and we have Sierra. And you guys are gonna answer question number 4. So we're only doing questions 1 through 4. We'll do 5, 6, 7, and 8 when you guys get back, all right? Okay, guys, here are your answers for questions 1 through 4. I know we didn't get through 5, 6, 7, and 8, but there are your answers if you guys want to work on those asynchronously, okay? What we're gonna do now is we're gonna move on to our digital quick check. We're gonna do that together in class. So I want you guys to follow along. If you have a piece of paper, if you have your book in front of you guys, if you have a whiteboard, go ahead and do that. Okay, I just posted it for you guys so we can work on it together.
Use models and your work mat. Subtract. Regroup if needed.
I love how big they made it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that with using our models, okay? So I'm gonna draw it on the screen. We're gonna start with our whole number, which is gonna be 539. Okay, what is step one? Can anyone unmute and tell me what is step one? Subtract the
ones.
and how many ones do we have in 285?
5.
5. Okay, so I'm gonna do that in a different color so you guys can see. I'm gonna take away these 5 up here. So how many are we left over with?
4.
4. Okay, so it could be any of these because they all have a 4 in the ones place. What is step 2? Subtract the.
Subtract the 10.
Okay, do we have enough 10 to subtract 8? Do we have enough 10s?
No.
What do you need to do?
Regroup.
Regroup. So we're going to take away one of these hundreds and they're going to become what? How many 10s? How many 10s? How many 10s make 100? 10. Very good. Okay, now we can subtract 8. So I'm going to take away these 5 and these 8. Because that's 5, 6, 7, 8. How many 10s are we left over with?
5.
Very good. So we took away one of the hundreds. So we are left with how many hundreds right now?
400s.
400. So I'm going to put a 4 up here. We had 3, but we gave 10 more. So we had 13 and then we subtracted 8 and got 5. Now let's move on. What is step 3? Subtract the. And how many hundreds do we have?
4.
No. Well, yes, we have. How many hundreds are we subtracting?
2.
2. And how many hundreds do we have left?
2.
What is your final answer?
254.
Very good. You guys did a wonderful job with that one. Let's continue on. Make sure you mute yourself after so we don't hear your feedback. So I love that you guys are unmuting. Just make sure you mute yourself again so that we don't hear your feedback. All right, let's move on. Ready? So we got 700. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. And then we have 5 10s. And then we have 2 1s. Okay. Step 1 is subtract the 1s. What is 2 minus 1?
1.
1. Oh, let me do that. Okay. Step 2 is subtract the 10s. Can you subtract 6 10s from 5? No. So what do you need to do? Regroup. More on the floor. Go next door and get 10 more. So we're going to take away this. We're going to put it over here. We're going to get 10 more. So 5 becomes a 15 because we added 10 to the 5. Now we have enough to subtract 6. So we're going to take away these 6. What are we left over with? 5 blue and 4 red. What is 5 plus 4?
9.
9. Now we have 6 hundreds left and we have to subtract 4 of them. So how many hundreds do we have left? What is 6 minus 4?
2.
2. So what is our total answer?
291.
Very nice.
291.
Okay, next question. Okay, this one, you guys can use models if you would like. I want to see if you guys can do it with just your work, your paper and pencils, okay? So, or paper and pencil, just like the number work, okay? So here we have 2 minus 1, more on top.
No need to stop.
2 minus 1 equals 1. More on the floor.
Go next door and get 10 more.
Very good. Go next door and get 10 more. So now you're going to subtract 15 minus 6. You can use your fingers. You can use mental math. You can use pictures. You can draw 15 tens and take away 6. I know that 15 minus 5 equals 10. So 10 minus 1 equals what?
5.
10 minus 1 equals 5.
9.
9.
So I know 15 minus 5 equals 10. So I still have one more to get to 6. So 10 minus 1 equals 9. And then we step 3, subtract the hundreds. What is 6 minus 4?
2.
So what is your final answer?
291.
Very good. Let's do it one more way that time. Okay. Let's do it one more way that time. Subtract the ones. More on top.
No need to stop.
What is 4 minus 3?
1.
More on top.
No need to stop.
What is 5 minus 2?
3.
More on top.
No need to stop.
What is 7 minus 3?
4.
So what is your final answer?
431.
Very good. Thank you for those who are participating. All right, for this one, we are going to move back to drawing, okay? And then the last one, we'll do it without the drawings again. So you're gonna draw your whole number. Your whole number is the bigger number, so we have 536. So 536. Okay. More on the floor.
Go next door and get
10 more.
Go next door and get 10 more. So I am going to go next door, say, hey, 10, we really need you to come over here. And they say, okay, so I'm going to add 10 more. Now we have enough to subtract 9. So let's subtract 9. So this is going to be 5. And then this would be 9. So we have 6 reds and 1 blue. So how many total ones do we have?
7.
So 16 minus 9 equals 7. Now we're going to subtract the 10s. We need to subtract 4. More on the floor.
Go next door.
Go next
and
door and get 10 more.
We had 3, but now we have 2 10s, so we need to add 10 to 2. What is 2 plus 10? What is 2 plus 10? What is 10 plus 2, boys and girls?
12.
12. Now we can take away 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 6 blue left and we have 2 red. What is 6 plus 2?
10.
6 plus 2 is 10.
16.
6 plus 2 is 16.
8.
8. It's worth $6. and your friend gives you $2 more, you have $8 more. So 12 minus 4 would give you 8. And then last one, step 4, more on top.
No need to stop.
Stop.
Take away 2. What is 4 minus 2?
2.
2.
So what is your final answer?
287.
Okay.
287.
All right, last question. We might have to do our models again because y'all need some more practice on that. All right, let's do it. We're gonna do that since it's the last question. Let's just do it with the models again. 422. More on the floor
Go next door and get 10 more.
and get 10 more. So I'm gonna go next door. Hey, 10, you're gonna come over with us. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm gonna take away these 5. And so we have 5 red left and 2 blue left. What is 5 plus 2?
7.
7. So
7.
12, we had 12 ones minus 5 equals 7. Now we have 10 left, but we need to subtract 10. I'm sorry, 7. More on the floor.
Go next,
Go next door and get 10
more.
Okay, so 1 becomes a what?
11.
11.
11. So we're gonna add 10 more. 1, 2, oh wait, no, this way, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the blue makes 11. Now we can subtract 7. So I'm gonna subtract these 5 and then 2 more here. So we have 3 reds and 1 blue. What is 3 plus 1?
4.
4.
11 minus 7 equals 4. And then step 3, subtract the hundreds, more on top.
No need to
To
stop.
stop.
Is
No need
3
to
minus
stop.
1.
2.
So what's the final answer?
247.
So C. Very good. And I love how I can hear you guys saying your answers and then muting. Good job, guys. If you guys needed more time with those, I recorded this lesson so you guys can go ahead and watch this video again. Now, as a friendly reminder, there are quite a few of you guys who have missing work. Keep yourselves muted while I explain this. There's quite a few of you guys who have missing work. Some of you guys have not been following along for 11-9. Some of you have not done today's social studies history quiz, chapter 4, lesson 3. And some of you have not finished our comprehension test from this morning. If you are any of those people, you need to get your work completed. You need to get your work completed, okay? We do not have any meetings after lunch, okay? All students, including ELD students, you need to work on read theory today. You're gonna do 10 minutes of read theory, then online resources. If you go to online resources on our website, you can read books, you can do EPIC, you can do math games, you can do other reading, you can continue in read theory. There's yoga, there's art, there's a lot of things for you guys there. There's brain pop, there's science videos, history videos. Then you guys have a screen break at 12:30. At 12:45, because we already did this lesson, what I want you guys to do is look back at our story and reread through the opinion writing, because you guys are going to be working on that tomorrow. So work on that opinion writing, look through it. Maybe you want to print it out. If you have not finished the story of popcorn, you need to finish the story of popcorn. You need to finish that comprehension test. If you have not done your digital quick check for 11-9 or 11-8 or 11-7, you need to do those. And if you have not done your history quizzes, you need to complete those as well. At 1:45, if you have not done your art, health, social, emotional learning activity, make sure you get that completed as well. This link will show you how to get that done. If you have any other questions, you guys can ask them now. If not, this is the last Zoom meeting for the day. So if you have any other questions, you can ask them now. If not, you guys are going to work on all the rest of your work asynchronously. Asynchronously means that you are not done for the day. You still have work. Oh, and I just realized you also need to read any book you'd like for 20 minutes. All of that needs to be completed. Okay? If you have any questions, stay and ask them. If not, I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 8:40. 8:40.